Right into it. The last 24 hours of the World War Z has been nothing short of extraordinary. We have, apparently, now the Duma is going to be calling an emergency meeting on July 15th, at which point they may declare all-out war on Ukraine. Yes, right now it's only a special military operation, but if they...
Hey, bye, kids. Y'all get home safe, okay? Y'all get home safe. My little partners out here, get home safe, all right? I'm sorry y'all gotta be going through see all this shit. Okay? Get home safe.
Get home safe.
They gotta walk through this shit. Come on, man.
Hey, we didn't say every yard now.
These little kids gotta walk through this shit. This shit is crazy.
I'm dealing with gun violence.
What do you think about Hunter's
Because make no mistake, sit down, you'll hear what I have to say.
What do you think about Hunter, your son? There's a video of him arguing with a cooker about how much crack he has. What do you think about that, Mr. President?
Okay? Because make no mistake about it.
Fox News alert, Hunter Biden could face federal sex trafficking charges for transporting prostitutes across state lines. Documents and videos obtained by the Daily Mail show Hunter paying to bring the hookers hundreds of miles to his hotel. This all happened during a 5-month, $30,000 sex binge where Hunter wrote false checks disguised as medical payments to pay for prostitutes. Some of it financed by his father, Joe. Here's the story. Back in 2018, while Hunter...
who just released a PSA, public service announcement, about how to survive a nuclear bomb. I don't know if that's great timing or poor timing. Great timing from a preparedness perspective, poor timing from a not making people crap their pants in panic perspective. Because, yes, as much as it's good that they are trying to promote this kind of awareness of stuff, it's incredibly crude, it's incredibly rudimentary, and I don't really think it's going to be that helpful. I mean, I understand that they're trying to make these things simple so that people actually remember it, but it looks like they used, I don't know, like Unreal Engine 1, like this is like PlayStation 2 graphics.
Been in here with Israeli News Live, and I wanted to give you guys a quick update of some things that are going on. I just got a report from a good friend of ours who's an engineer in FEMA, and they shared with me that right now New York is preparing the people for evacuation plans, for nuclear strike evacuation plans, what to do. FEMA also is involved with evacuation planning. Now, I don't think that FEMA is using nuclear as the purpose of what that's for, but they are involved with that evacuation plan. Now, if you recall, the Pentagon is tracking a dirty bomb in New York. There have been for quite some time. It's very difficult, by the way, to be able to track this device because from what I've been told, that the device is cloaked very well. So that's some group, some country that has the ability to cloak such a device to where you cannot find it. That lets you know real quick, like, it's a limited number of countries, governments that have that ability to be able to cloak a nuclear device so that our systems can't track it or have a more difficult time to do so. With that in mind, let me remind you, too, I believe it was Hal Turner that had reported back a couple of months ago, maybe 3 months ago, that the Orthodox community had sent their young people up to the retreats that they go up to north of New York kind of early. It was really unexpected that they were doing that. And that reminded a lot of people of what happened back in September. Well, we already know the year that happened, and I won't go into that because I understand that YouTube really looks for certain verbiage on that. But people in the Twin Towers, especially the Jewish community, were getting notices on their phones about not going to work that day at the World Trade Center. Well, I'm glad they knew not to go, but the problem is there's a heck of a lot of more people that should have gotten a message like that as well not to go. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So my greatest concern right now is that an event like this will happen. It'll end up being blamed on Russia, and that will force the United States to get involved with the Ukraine situation that Russia is doing right now. So keep in mind, there's a setup. Whether it's to get involved in a war directly with Russia, if they end up having a dirty bomb go off in New York, whether it's involved with the situation of getting involved with Iran, war with Iran, or let's say Iran is blamed for this particular device. But quite frankly, Iran, I don't think has that good of a cloaking. They do have a cloaking technology. I don't want to say they don't. They do. They have an amazing cloaking technology that's given to them by China. But when it comes to this, I would tend to think either Israel or Russia would have really that greater ability. So I just wanted to let you know these things because of the seriousness of this. It doesn't mean that something's going to happen tomorrow or next week. But the problem is that it is very serious, and we need to be prepared in every instance, in every way, especially our friends that live in New York.
The information is kind of like the equivalent of saying, in order to survive, drink water, get inside, stay inside, and watch the news. That's all you need to do, guys. If there's a nuclear, Armageddon, that's all you need to do. Just wait for the news to tell you what to do. Don't stockpile food. Don't find a retreat. Don't find a bug out location. Don't, get all the staples, first aid, food, water, medicine, all that stuff that we talk about on this channel. Just stay inside, STFU, and wait for the news to tell you what to do. Now, why are they releasing this right now? Well, it's because we're on the brink of nuclear Armageddon, obviously. An emergency meeting of the Duma has been called by Vladimir Putin, Lord Vladimir himself. Dramatic developments are coming. An alarm has sounded in the West and in NATO as the president of Russia, Putin, called an emergency meeting of the State Duma unscheduled. Information indicates that he is going to officially declare war on Ukraine, which is why Kiev is laying mines on the border with Belarus. If you didn't know, Belarus has been mining its border for some time now. Apparently, the Ukrainians are now doing the same. They are fearing the worst. There is this talk right now of the Ukrainians doing this 1 million man offensive. Well, they have an army of about 700,000, I believe.